Hi, welcome to our YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to give you a tour of this tiny house we bought in northern Sweden. We paid 20,000 Swedish SEK in 2019. That's less than 2,000 British pounds. And we'll go through everything we've done to it so far to transform it into a home. So keep watching if you want to find out more. So this is a view from the house now. It's just on a track, just off a main road in Sweden. It does look completely different than when we first saw it, and I'll add in a picture now of what it looked like. You can see we've added a great big outdoor area extension, and I'll go through that in detail. But this is a look from the lane. It's very easy access. 100 yards up there, there's a main car park to a church off the main road. So now a quick look around the property we bought. It was, I think it's 1,000 square meters roughly. And it basically follows this wall up to that line. There's a wall going across behind the house. And it goes down to the last of the white trees there. It's you know, an oblong plot. It's a good size. House sort of sits in the middle of it. There's access to the cabin behind, which we ended up buying. A big plot over there. Plenty of room to park and turn your vehicle around. With the land came this great big pile of wood, which we've used for lots of projects in the house. Lots of building wood there. And I guess that price of that wood has gone up and up and up. We've slowly cleared the land. This bicycle was left here, never been claimed. And we've got those bunch of sheds there. There's a clue to something I've added, a sauna. I'll give you a tour of that. We've added a fire pit. There's some of the furniture we've built with the wood. We've added a barbecue pit, and basically just tried to clear as much as we can. This is looking back at the house now. So one of the first things we did when we got the house, this used to be the entrance way, the way into the house. There was a door there, it was uninsulated, it was storage space and walk through to the kitchen. We converted that into a bathroom. I'll add in some photos here of what that entrance hall looked like.
This is what we're using as a larder, but it's eventually going to be a bathroom.
So to make the porch into a bathroom, we employed a local English guy who's got a large lifter, log lifter, and he had to literally lift the front of it up with a steel beam underneath to support it, take out the door and fit in this double glazed window, a second-hand double glazed window. We also had to fit in water drainage and a water system. So under the ground there's a filtration unit, filtered out large particles. And over to this part of the ground, there's a series of underground pipes. That's purely for the grey water. And going up to the well in the other property, we've got a pipe running under the ground and again into the bathroom, and I'll show you inside the bathroom in a minute. So the cost of that was quite a lot. Hiring a digger to dig out the trenches, fitting the pipes underground, filtration unit, and overall probably cost over £2,000 probably more than the cabin, just to get water in and grey water out. So a quick walk around the outside of the house. So that's the bathroom section, was the entrance. See the main body of the house and the outdoor living area extension we added on. We've painted the house with the traditional red paint they sell in Sweden. You can see up there we've got the chimney cap. Never had a chimney cap on it, so if you leave houses like that, snow can build up down the chimney in the winter. This is the bedroom part of the house. That's where our electric comes in from Vattenfall. Comes in through the woods, overhead cables, and then underground to the house. This window here was originally on the end of the living room, and we had that moved when we had the outdoor extension. We had that window moved, so we got windows all round. The chimney was rebuilt up and repointed. That was in a crumbling state, and that is the outdoor living area we added on. Overall, there's less than 50 square meters of living space in the house, so it truly is a tiny home, but it works perfectly for us, especially with this outdoor living area that added loads of extra space, about an extra 20 meters. I'll just give you a quick tour now of the barns. So the house came with these barns, which were just storage barns, and a traditional outhouse. So I'll just give you a quick tour of those through the sunshine on this glorious mid-August day in Sweden. If anybody's wondering what it's like to live here, well, it's beautiful in the summer, lovely and warm, but in the winter very cold. So that's the outhouse. As you can see, it's called a long drop toilet. We don't use that. We did when we first got here and had no water, but basically it just goes to a hole in the ground. So looking back at the barns, this one is we just use for general storage of wood. We originally wanted to have a running toilet, a flushing toilet, but we weren't allowed to have that. We ended up with a composting, separating toilet. The second one, it is a bit of a mess in here, is our drying wood store. That's all the wood I've chopped this year, and well, not chopped this year, processed this year, and used as a tool shed. And the final shed is the one I've done all the waste work on, which is partly a storage shed, again a bit of a mess. And this is I split it in two and built a sauna. So that's an insulated door. Most of this was made, all the framing, the benches, and you can see the construction's not brilliant, but it works, was made with the scrap wood that was in the pile outside. So in here I built 2 level benches. I've just got the sauna going. At the moment I've got it up to nearly 50. It's a little cast iron burner. I've tiled around it for safety, and also that generates heat, and added in a bit of trim. Some of this is just split logs, but that chimney is a double insulated chimney. That goes outside. Basically comes through the wall up and gives out the heat. This is a double insulated part, so although it gets warm, it can never get very hot. And the fire is kept at least 30 centimeters away from any wood. So works perfectly. Overall, spent about £800 on this. The fire was a couple of £100. The chimney cost the same. That part in particular, double insulated part, was expensive. All the framing wood, the floor, the benches, were free because I had them here, and then the panelling was about £150 from a local supplier in Storuman, and then there was a rock wall insulation. I've had this up to about 80 degrees so far, and when I fitted it I've just gradually built up the temperature, just burning split wood, but it works really well. I'll try and add in somewhere through this part of the video a glimpse of what I've got back in the UK. It doesn't compare to this at all. I've covered it in lava rock so I can put water on there and get a head of steam going. This fan, induction fan, kicks it across the room, so you get literally a wave of steam rolling through the room, which is absolutely superb. A little clip of my UK sauna, which is electric, a sauna for one, seats one, powered by electric. Obviously that's getting more and more expensive, and you can pour water straight on it and have full steam. It's absolutely fantastic, but it only fits one person, so I'm going to add this clip to the Swedish sauna video to show the difference. Sauna, I added in LED lighting, and there is a CO2 detector just in case. It gives a great atmosphere in here. It looks brilliant. You'll see there's light coming through the door. That's for ventilation, so rather than having a vent, I've left some strategic gaps around the bottom and the top of the door, so that makes sure that the sauna fire gets fed oxygen and can vent out as well. But like I say, it works perfectly. I've had it up to over 80 centigrade in here, and it's ideal. Another advantage of having the cast iron burner is I can run this sauna with probably about 15 of these hand-sized logs, get it up to temperature. It takes about an hour to get to temperature, probably uses about 10 logs to get it up to temperature, and then just keep topping up. Another 4 or 5 logs will keep it running hot for about an hour, so great value for money. So after that beautiful sauna, I guess I better cool down, get some clothes on. We'll have a magical tidy up and give you a tour of the inside of the cabin. Okay, so back on with the tour. We're going to go through the outside area, seating area we've had fitted. There's the moose head, just recently added. So looking up from the garden, it really is brilliant structure. I had a local contractor build this for us. The total cost was getting on for about £5,000, and that's putting in footings, raising it, the cost of all the material. Some of the wood is pressure treated. The main uprights at the front are hand carved, and it really is a brilliant space for us. So walk round it. We've got a nice seating area. You can look out. We see a lot of nature here. Just this year we've had, in this bird box on the tree nearest to us, we've had baby birds, watching those. Lots of squirrels, woodpeckers, and we were here in October, November, and feeding the birds. We got loads of great tits, blue tits, all kinds of birds, and even fly in. One thing they did do every day would be to empty our ashtray. So not sure why, maybe they took them back to their nests. So looking around, we added these temporary sides. They did go all the way to the top because snow was blowing in, and we are going to redo those, make something more of a feature with those. We've got all the security lights. Also want to hide the wiring in here if we can, so probably going to put some wooden beams across to hide the wiring. We've got all sorts of trinkets, including a Christmas star, a Christmas wreath. We've got a reindeer antler coat hook, a skull, I think this is reindeer skull and horns that we found in the foresty area. Out here we also have a log store where we keep all the logs for the fire. Big problem we did have is we're using this net as a mosquito net. We fitted this glass door as the main entrance. Now when that was -15 outside and +30 inside, the door warped and would hardly shut. So we built this homemade insulated, we call it the bear door. We can lock it from outside, but we can lock it from inside. And that gives us complete warmth when it's really cold, holds all the heat in. So it's just constructed out of the wood that we found in our wood pile here. But does a brilliant job of keeping it warm when it's really cold. So looking up everything, it could have been built just with bare tin, but we had it wood lined. Again, it put the cost up, but we think it was well worth it. And the guy who did it for us did this herringbone design, which is brilliant. We did buy this copper lampshade from a local loppis, cost about 50 quid. It's like a work of art. And like I say, we have a few other trinkets laying around here that we've got from a loppis, including our welcome sign that probably should hang outside, but we keep it inside. The only problems we've had with the decking has been we had a slight mould in areas where it's exposed, but we've rubbed that down and treated it with linseed oil, and it's now looking almost as good as it did. And throughout this I'll be hopefully adding some photos of what it looked like when we first had it commissioned. So given it's 3 years old, I think it's held up really well. It's completely weatherproof. Like I say, the sides were put on to keep the snow, but they're also something we're going to keep or improve in the future. So looking back, this is our view out. Like I said, there's a road not far away, but quite often it's complete silence and peace and quiet here. An absolutely stunning place. So now we're going to the main room through the fly net and the glass door. Jackie and Star enjoying a rest. Looking around the room, it's less than 20 square meters for the room. There's our main log burner and tile surround. Like I say, we've got a window out of both sides, looking out onto the garden, and light coming in through the end when we've got the bare door open. There's a table we've made ourselves with the wood. All the furniture, we pretty much bought it from Loppis. I think we paid less than 30-40 quid. One's a bed sofa, one's just a settee. This is my pride and joy, this reclining chair with super soft leather. I think I paid less than £30 for that in a Loppis in Lixilla. So amazing. And there's the door through to the kitchen. We've got a number of sort of original features. The lampshade. And also we've kept the Bakelite light switches. A little bit of damage there where Star was left in for a while and decided he wanted to get out of the door. But it's perfectly brilliant living space for us. Cozy at night. Another great feature of the room, this living room, is this, well, we call it original, not sure how old it is, but beautiful wooden floor. Okay, next go into the bedroom through the kitchen. It's quite a small space, but it's got these two great big built-in wardrobes at the end. Again, the feature wooden floors. We have curtains and a blind for when it's summer. We need to try and black out as much light as possible. We got the mattress from IKEA when we arrived a couple of years ago. All vacuum packed. But we couldn't find a bed anywhere, not for a reasonable price. So we basically made a bed out of the scrap wood from outside. It's a great big strong bed. Done a perfect job for us. There's not a lot of room, so made some shelves, like bedside shelves, and another one of my pride and joys is the lamp there, again from a Loppis for about 2 quid. A Original features again, the Bakelite light switch. We also got the contractor we used to rewire the house completely. So it's all been rewired with Swedish and Swedish and British plugs, and a proper safety electrical board. So now through to the bathroom. This was the original porch. There's the big double glazed window fitted instead of a door. The room's also been sort of heavily insulated. So our Christmas lights, they're in every room, quite often on. We've got a full-size sort of rainforest shower over there. There's our electric water heater, which is a replacement because the one we bought from Amazon wasn't very good. It was a Russian one. This one is a 30-litre Norwegian, and it's brilliant. And 30 litres is more than enough hot water for 2 people to have a shower, quite a long shower. That's our twin tub camping washing machine, which we use here. Under there is our water pump. It's just hidden away behind a homemade wooden cabinet. We've got, but in there is the water pump. So when I turn the water on, it does hold a pressure, but that will kick in soon. So we've got a full-size sink with hot water. That pump will kick in, you'll hear it. And over here we've got the separati toilet, which basically bags solid waste and drains off liquid waste, for better terms. We've got that draining. There goes the water meter. So I'll now build up a head of pressure and stop pumping. So that's pumping from freshwater well, and we'll build up, I think it's a 10-litre pressure tank. Back to the toilet, that drains off into our grey water system. But in the winter, if we were here, we can drain that into a bottle and store it for sprinkling on the ground in the summer, which is part of our conditions from the local council or commune. We've got this lovely old cabinet. We found this in one of the sheds. It's our little medicine cabinet, and some art we got from Lopis's. So it's a very cosy little bathroom. Does the job. We haven't got a bath, but I guess we could have a hot tub outside if we wanted to bath or swim in a river. Okay, through to the final room of the house, probably the main room for us, the kitchen. It's quite small again, but in here we've got great big Swedish metal sink, double drainer, brilliant. We've made our own kitchen cabinets. Those were office cabinet, and we've used the doors and made our own sink unit. That's the door to the bathroom. Space is really at a premium, so this corner was sort of wasted. We made a mini larder out of scrap wood and a door we found. There's our worktop. Again, some more kitchen cabinets. We have seated 6 people around this table, so there's just enough room. We've got a fridge freezer, a little mini freezer on top. If we do have a good day fishing and catch a lot of perch, we'll put some of those in the freezer. The original cabin, this was the main heating source, cooking source, hot water source. We do use it. It's log powered. We don't use the water anymore. We have done in the past. But that end section is a water tank. You can get that up to boiling hot. There's an oven, a mini oven underneath, a warming oven, and cooking pans on top. Jack has collected quite a few cast iron cooking pans from the local Lopis again. And you can see what we're having for tea tonight. We're going for a pizza party. But yeah, it's just about big enough for us. Everything works out perfectly. Again, really cosy and warm in the winter. And because we've got a mozzie net, we fitted a mozzie net to the window. We can have the windows open. It's lovely and cool in the summer. So overall, we've spent about an extra £13,000 since buying the property. Yes, it's a tiny house, a small wooden cabin in the woods in northern Sweden, Lapland. But we've lived in it now anywhere from June to November. It's perfectly livable. Not sure we'd want to do the full winter out here, which is why we want to live in Portugal in the winter and Sweden in the summer. We've spent in total now 15,000 to get it absolutely right. Running costs, council tax is about £150 a year. Electricity adds up to about £600 a year. So thanks everybody for liking, subscribing and commenting on our videos. Our next video will probably be the epic road trip down to Portugal. We're leaving in a few days. Thought I'd leave you with a couple of pictures of my favourite drinks. There's a strong beer called Elk Brew, and you get those signs on the side of the road warning you about moose. Very strong, 7.5%. You can only buy that at the System Bourgeois, which is the state-run drink shop. But what you can buy in the supermarket is Bum Bum energy drink. A little bit like Red Bull, but better and a lot cheaper.